All right, hey, so this is the last grade audit. I'm going to hit you real quick. It's a little later than usual. I'm leaving the gym this time. And news cycle's been all consumed by this school shooting in Texas. Now, as an American, this is about the 240th, 250th mass shooting of the year. It's far from the first one in a school. This one attracted a lot of media attention because the cops um, stood outside and did fuck all. Not a surprise, really. The job of the police is not to protect people at all. They wouldn't have you know that. They don't wear that on their fucking sleeves, but their job is to uphold the law. And yes, murdering people is against the law, so they will punish someone for doing that. But their job is not to protect you at any point. They're also broadly cowards. Um, the key thing in this case has less to do with cops, although I have a great deal to say about cops in the United States. It's about gun control. Now, this person was 18 years old, had been thoroughly, thoroughly inundated by these fascist conspiracy theories that percolate the sort of places on the internet that attract losers. They attract young men with few friends, a great deal of insecurity, and minimal prospects. And this kid internalized a lot of that shit and then went and murdered some people. Now, don't get me wrong. The weaponry that he did it with was frightening. AR-15 is a thing that you hear about often. It's often connected to these shooting events. It is a very easily accessible gun platform. It's not a great one, but it's very easily accessible in the United States. Ammunition is relatively affordable. Now, one of the things that's always been a barrier for gun legislation in this country is that the people pushing it most don't understand guns at all. So they throw around terms like assault rifle, automatic weapon, military style, military grade. All that is borderline pointless. It's pretty stupid. Yes, this weapon had a large magazine. Yes, this weapon had a relatively quick rate of fire. But look, if this kid had infiltrated with a fucking muzzle loader and a baseball bat, he could have killed children. That is not to say that I don't think we need reasonable gun legislation in this country. We really do. We need to treat it. The parallel that you get a lot, it's driver's licenses. Fine. Let's treat it like driver's licenses. Uh, Make me test for it. Make me test regularly for it. If I want to own, I don't know, uh, 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 an M2, right? If I want to own a 50 caliber fully automatic vehicle mounted machine gun, fine. But make me take practical, psychological, and medical tests to ensure that I can do this safely and responsibly. Make me do them every year. If I'm a hobbyist, I want to. A lot of the people who are against that sort of legislation, and there are a lot, are afraid they'd fail. But the trick is that this isn't about guns. Yes, obviously, if he had been forced to go in and kill these children with a butter knife, the body count would be smaller, wouldn't be zero. Um, the answer to this isn't no guns. And I fucking know, liberals. I know that that's the last thing you want to hear. But the answer isn't ban guns. The answer is provide adequate, not great, adequate social, health, and welfare safety nets. If this kid had a fucking family who loved him, a brain that wasn't full of fucking propaganda, an education that would allow him to fucking see propaganda for what it was, and a healthcare system that allowed him to fucking even sort of have a prospect at help, and maybe a job that paid a minimum wage that had been pegged to inflation at some fucking point, so that he had prospects. If this kid was making $27 an hour with a family that loved him and fucking proper social, economic, and health and welfare supports, all those fucking children would be alive. This is an adventure in propaganda causing this fucking kid to kill some younger kids. And a system that leaves him feeling so fucking trapped. And he should. He was fucking trapped. That he, in his fucking idiotic brain, thought this was the way out. That's the answer. Fix this fucking country. And then we'll handle guns.